Alright, well let's open it up here. This is a waterproof bag, by the way, even though the unit is obviously all stainless steel. That's mainly because when you're using it and you put it back in the bag, you don't get everything wet in your sack or your bags or anything. We'll set the scrubby aside. We really don't need that at this moment. This is all food grade, high temperature, you know, like silicone tubing that we're using on these things. And if you notice on the end here, there's a little pickup. This is what you're going to throw in the water, but this is also something that we're going to need to clean eventually. And how you do that, you pop this little guy out, and there's a screen in there. So every once in a while, if you're using this system in really silty water, which we are here on the Fox River here in Burlington, Wisconsin, this has to be one of the dirtiest rivers in the state with all the farms and everything that's attached to it. So we'll go ahead and take the unit out. Take it out of its plastic bag. Set that aside. Sticks. And we'll go ahead and thread this on here now. The foot peg actually threads right into the bottom of the stainless steel pump. So this will allow you to stand on it. There we go. On the side here, we'll hook up our hose, just like that. Next, we're going to insert the filter. Now, the filter, the top of this just threads off. So you can put it right against it, and we'll take that off. Now we'll open up our multi-layer filter. Now, how these filters are built is truly amazing. It's actually patent pending at the moment, but this is what people would normally think of as like a typical ceramic filter, but inside this filter has a second layer that is 0.1 micron. That is why it's 99.999% effective at removing pathogens from the water. It is the most, there's the goose. It is the most effective high output system on the market. There are some other pump systems on the market. They have a nominal filtering size of 0.2 microns, which is pretty much standard in the industry. But this goes the extra step, and we're down to 0.1 microns, which is just incredibly small pore size. Alright, next we put the filter right back inside. And go ahead and thread it back down. Just like that. Now, before I get started, I'm going to show you guys just how dirty some of this water is. I mean, this is actually time of the year. I mean, it's 30 degrees outside, maybe 35 degrees here in Wisconsin. I'll show you that. This is pretty clear water for what we're looking at, but you can still see there's a lot of silt floating around in it. So we're going to go ahead and set that over here. We'll set it on the flat spot over here. Dogs can drink it. And then we'll get this thing pumping. This is actually self-priming, so you don't have to worry about trying to fill it with water or anything like that. Just throw it in there like that. Stand on the foot peg and start pumping. It already has water in it. Now, when the filter's brand new, we're going to want to pump it for just a little while until we kind of rinse all of the factory dust and all that stuff off of it. But we have water coming out already. No odor. Oh, that smells like fish. Fish and rotting plants, but that's really good. And that is cold water. All right. Well, you can see, don't want to mix these two up. I don't want to take a drink of that really quick. But 0.1 microns, I mean, you're removing 100%, we'll just call it 100% of pathogens that are in the water. When you're done using this system, I'll show you how we clean the filter. Once you get the filter, after you pump this thing, I mean, I don't know, it depends on the quality of the water, but once you pump this thing for a while, the filter will eventually get plugged up. And it will need to be cleaned. And you can clean it over and over. We have a gauge inside our box here with some extra O-rings. If you were ever going to need to repair anything, we have literally put this thing through torture testing and pumped it. I have no idea. At the shop, we just pump and pump and pump it. There's very little wear on these because there's really no point, very few points of wear on the O-ring. But this is our gauge, and it comes with your kit. And when you're scrubbing the filter, which we'll go ahead and pull it out. So this is how you clean the unit. So I'm going to take the filter out. We'll just let that sit down there. And you're going to scrub this thing. Take your little scrubby, and this is a ceramic exterior. So you're going to scrub this thing up and just take off that film that we'll get. These will actually turn sometimes red and brown and green depending on what you're actually filtering as like the large particles out of the water. And then try to keep the spout, I would anyway, try to keep the spout out of the water because that's where your clean water is discharged. But then we'll just go ahead and rinse this off. Rinse it off like that. And then we want to check every time we do that to make sure this filter is good. If this gauge can slide over this filter, it's time to replace the filter. These are good for 3,000 gallons. We've actually gotten more out of them than 3,000 gallons if you're careful with your cleaning and not really gouging this filter and scratching off a lot of the surface. But as long as that gauge does not slide over the filter, we are good to go. So I'll put the gauge back inside. Thread this back inside the pump housing. Just finger tight. It has a nice thick gasket in there. And we'll throw it back into the water. And we're ready to produce water all over again. So, really doesn't take that much effort. I'm using, oops, got caught in my pocket here. Kind of on an angle here, but this is probably, 5-6 pounds of effort. You don't have to go as fast as I'm going, but that is roughly a gallon per minute that we're pumping right now. If you're strong and you want to push it harder, by all means. But, this would just literally produce enough water for a large group. Last things I want to talk about is storing this unit. If you're using it intermittently for camping trips, and then you're going to store it in between. First thing we're going to do is take the pickup out of the water, and then we're going to just pump the water out of it. So you'll notice air will start going. Once air starts coming out, then we can go ahead and open it up and dump it out. So now we've got air. Once it's easy to pump like that, we've got air in the pump itself. Now, go ahead and take this out. Okay. Dump out any excess water. So now the system's dry. We'll set that aside. Set it aside without falling. And next we're just going to take the filter off. Be careful not to drop these. They are ceramic, and if they drop, pretty much going to run it. But make sure you just shake any excess water out. Now I'd want to leave this to dry. Air dry, unless you're just going to put it right back in the pack right away, and then when you get home you can let it air dry. But just let it air dry and you're ready to go the next time you use it. When you're storing it, I keep in my little bag the little bubble wrap, and just simply put the filter back into that bubble wrap. As long as someone doesn't get excited and want to pop them all, this is a great storage in the case for it. And then just put it right back into the system when you're ready to go. These have proven to be really popular with church groups and missionary groups that are going overseas, because it's such a high output in such a small condensed package. You know, to get an output like this from a mechanical pump or from a gravity system, well, it would be impossible to match it with a gravity system. I mean, you just can't output gallons per minute type of thing. But another one of our big customers are scout troops. When they have a large group of of people that are going to go out and need water once they're at the site that they're going to be camping. So we do offer discounts for nonprofits and for humanitarian groups. You can also see our website, our sister company, which is helpingwater.org. Shipped a lot of these and some of our other systems to Puerto Rico during the disaster. So we like to help out those that are helping others. So give us a call or check out our website at shtfandgo.com. And if you have any questions, by all means, put it in the comments, or you can contact us directly through our site. There's a link to the product in the description.